Hello from myself and Ying. If you're a regular, I hope that you've picked up on the fact that we're now broadcasting at 8:30 as opposed to 8 o'clock. So let me just get started with the usual countdown. Hello. Hopefully, everybody's put their clocks back. We are starting late half an hour. This is going to be regular. Originally, it was just going to be a one-off because I've been actually been doing a church service for a church in Oxford on Zoom. So obviously, we had to put it forward by half an hour. But to be really honest, it's going to be easier for us to do it at 8:30 rather than 8 o'clock. If you're not a regular, hello for your first time. The regulars know all of this, so I'm just going to very quickly run through the mechanics of it. I am a church trained spiritualist medium, church trained as in spiritualist church trained in Scotland. Pre lockdown, I would do an average of about two churches a week. Sorry, a month, not quite. I wasn't that good. Two churches a month, not a week. Since lockdown, Ying and I started doing these broadcasts. I say Ying, Ying is my wife. You'll see her typing some of the messages. She's chairing what I'm doing. I give the messages. I'm the public face, but she's sitting in the background doing all the admin, like who gets messages, which leads into how do we choose people who get messages. Very straightforward. If you want a message, type in the messages, say that you want a message. I see that people are already doing so. Basically, your name then gets put on a piece of paper and then put in a box. And every time I'm ready to give a message, Ying pulls your name out of the box, and whoever she pulls gets the next message. We believe that Spirit is guiding her hand. She does have an angel, two angels actually, in the box. So let's just say that Spirit are choosing. And if anybody watched last week, if you weren't watching last week, go and watch the video for last week. We got direct evidence that Spirit do play a part in who gets chosen for the message. Jason will testify to that. I try to follow church rules. That's platform. If you're from Utah, for example, I try to follow church rules as far as possible. I try to give as many messages as possible. That keeps the messages short. You'll get 1, 2, 3 lines of evidence to identify who the person is. As soon as you can acknowledge who the person is, I will then get into delivering what the actual message from them is. That enables us to give as many messages as possible. Now, just a word of warning, typically not everybody that asks for a message gets a message. I only work for an hour. I'm very tired tonight. I've been working for about 2 hours for the church and then here tonight. So I won't run over 9 o'clock, sorry, 9:30. We're moving forward in time. We'll get more people joining us as we broadcast. If you come in late and leave a message saying, I want a message, your chances of getting chosen towards the end diminish rapidly. If you get in at the beginning and you leave a message, your chances of getting a message are much, much greater because there's more drawings for who. If you do get a message, I'm going to ask you very directly, please don't leave. Very simple. There's 4 people involved in getting these messages. There's Spirit coming forward. There's me, who's the mobile intelligent phone between everybody. But I need to work with you to generate the energy. I basically get the energy and I work with that energy. So that's about it. I will do an opening prayer. I will then basically do a very short spiritual address, my message of the week. Some people like it, some people fall asleep during it. And then I'll get straight into messages. So if everybody would please join me, close your eyes. I will put up a short video in case you don't want to watch me with my hands closed. I am an ugly brute, I admit it. So I'm putting a video up for the duration of the prayer. And would please everybody now join me, heads bowed, eyes closed, as we go into prayer. Dear Father, Mother, Spirit, thank you very much for bringing us together. Thank you for loving us. Thank you for the energy that we're generating tonight. Thank you for opening the door to the other side. Basically, please work with us for people to get messages. Please help us to help ourselves. Thank you. Amen. Okay, I'm seeing that we've maybe been hacked. Right. I never inbox anybody for messages. So just to be absolutely clear, if you're getting something from myself saying to inbox you, ignore it. Thank you for the warning. I will change my password immediately the minute that we're finished. It may very well be, it may not be hacking. It may be some, okay, I think I know what's going on here. Remember, these get put on Facebook. So it's quite conceivable that somebody is going down it, not scamming, but sending you messages saying, please inbox me for a message. I will never do that. So be absolutely clear. If you get a message, it's not from me. I don't ask people to inbox me for a message, to come back to me to ask for a message. I do advertise. You can go to my website. You can book me that way, but I don't need to go chasing after people to get messages. I do this every Sunday. Okay, so just to answer a quick question there, Craig, it's chosen randomly. Spirit choose who I go to. You don't ask questions. It's straightforward. I give you evidence. Yeah, it's a scammer. Thanks, Jason. Just ignore them. I do charge $50, but I don't inbox people for it when I do private readings. Okay, so my spiritual address of the week. Let's leave the negativity behind. People, you've heard me say it. Let's just move off this subject. Let's get positive again. So, spiritual message of the week. Ying and I were out driving this afternoon with my mother. And my mother made a comment about how she was looking at parrots, and that gave evidence of God, which made me think. I am a spiritualist. This is as close to a spiritualist church service as we can make it. What is spiritualism? Is it a religion? It's a rhetorical question. I think it is. I work in spiritual churches. I'm a church trained medium. You can see my wife putting up this is a spiritual service. Does that mean that I believe in God? Well, you maybe can't see it, but I'm wearing a tie pin that's got a cross on it. I describe myself as a Christian spiritualist. However, I do not impose my beliefs on anyone else. You can come to a spiritualist church service and not have any religious beliefs. You can come out of curiosity. You can come and watch us here out of simple curiosity. Um, Spiritualism is a movement, it is a religion, it is both. It means many things to different people. To some people, it's just getting evidence of life after death. To other people, getting evidence of life after death is proof that there is a religion. Take out of it what you get. It's a bit like sometimes I give a message to one person and other people come forward and say, oh, no, that wasn't for that person, that was for me. Spirit works that way. Sometimes they will give a message to one person, but there'll be elements in that deliberately that they know, the spirits know, that other people can take. So please just bear that in mind when you get a message. Don't necessarily leave. Just basically take the message in any way that it comes to you. Now, before I start working, that is basically Ying just telling you how I work. When I give you evidence, I do need to get feedback so I know whether I'm giving you true or false. Do not, however, give me yes, 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 no, no, no. Basically, the reason for that is very simple. There's a time delay. Now, I don't know how long the time delay is tonight. Last week it was about $20. Sorry, dollars. I've got the I've got that in my head. Last week it was about 20 seconds. Week before it was 10 seconds. It has sometimes been longer than that. We have done this some weeks where it's been 40, 45 seconds. So if I'm working, waiting for you to give me feedback, I might have moved on to give you more evidence. I need to work with spirit. I need to keep the messages going. And I need to know what I've got right and what I've got wrong. So, for example, if I say, as an example, I've got a woman wearing glasses and she had a walking stick. Don't come back to me saying yes, no, yes. Say yes, woman, yes, walking stick, no braces. So I know, okay, I got that. I interpreted that bit wrong. So I need to go and get some more evidence, or I need to go and get some interpretation of it. Okay, and just to be absolutely clear, you only need to ask once. Okay, so let's get started, people. Darling, I'm waiting for the first person. Oh, sorry, but we've done the prayer. No. We have. Yes. You see, the chairman's way behind us. She thinks I haven't done the prayer, and I have. Sorry, we're a little bit disorganized tonight with the change in time and also with both of us being at the church service. So please give us a few seconds to get our act together. Okay, excuse me for 1 second. I'm just about to ban somebody. And I do have the ability to ban, and I will ban. We just have somebody doing exactly what we were talking about. They're now banned and gone. Let me just get rid of that. I will not tolerate any kind of disruption. That's somebody actually doing to us what we just talked about. So that's all the comments gone. If you get contacted by that person, I've blocked her, so hopefully she won't see any of this, so that she's not going to be able to in-message you again. If she comes back, please just tell her. It's one of the reasons why I use Stagecoach and don't do this from Facebook itself. Okay, so give me a few seconds to get myself reopened up. Sorry for that distraction, but that had to be dealt with. Okay, Caroline Clarkson, coming to Caroline. Caroline, I've got a man coming forward. Caroline, I've got a man coming forward. He's in his early 40s. I get the feeling a very youngish 40s. I get the feeling he died quite suddenly. I don't know if it was an accident or if it was a heart attack. For some reason, I'm getting 42 put in my head. So he maybe have been 42 when he passed, or the number 42 has some significance to him. Or he was a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy fan, because that's the number 42 from the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. So, Caroline, can you take a man in spirit, early 40s, 42 has some significance to him. He died suddenly. So, Caroline, can you recognize a man, early 40s, died suddenly, possibly a heart attack? So, Caroline, give me some feedback here. Can you take a man, early 40s, some significance with the number 42? If it's not his age, something about 42. Okay. So thank you, Caroline. Let's see why he's coming forward. Do you have a birthday coming up, either just past or just coming up? So Caroline, Caroline Clarkson, not Carol, Caroline Clarkson. Caroline, can you take a birthday either just coming or just past? May not be your birthday. Don't think it's your birthday, but definitely a birthday just coming up or just past. Not an anniversary, a birthday. Okay. Are you thinking? I'm going to ask you a question here. Are you thinking about holding a party or organizing a party? I know you can't. I know in the current situation with coronavirus, you can't. But is there a desire? Is there a desire to hold a party for the birthday? Is there a desire to have a birthday party, Caroline? Or is there plans for a birthday party? Or were you thinking about a birthday party? Very specifically, a birthday party. Does that make sense to you with regard to this birthday? So, Caroline, have you either been talking about, thinking about, planning a party? I mean, obviously, I know you can't get everybody together for a party in the current situation, but is there something about a party that you've been planning or thinking or compensating for? Does that make sense to you? The word compensation, like maybe doing something in replacement for a birthday, does that make any sense to you, Caroline? Give me a yes or no to that, Caroline. I'm not going to get anything more until I can get an acknowledgement to make sense of this. Right. So no to the birthday party. You've to do something for this birthday. I mean, obviously you can't have a party, that's quite clear. But there's definitely a desire in the person that's having the party. If it's not you, then if it's you and you've just told me you don't want a party, then I've got this completely wrong. But there's definitely something. Yeah, that's it. It's compensation to replace the birthday party. So, Caroline, it's a very direct message from this man. You have to, or whatever it is you're thinking or planning on doing, you have to do. So, I'm going to leave you with that. And something about, I don't think this is silver as in metal silver, but something about silver that is important to you or this person with the birthday or the person in spirit. I don't know what it is. It's symbolic. It's just a message for you. The word, not jewelry, just the word silver. If that doesn't make any sense to you, it will do in due course. So I'm just going to leave you with that. So, coming to Charlene Hanlon. Charlene. Sorry, Cheryl. Okay, Cheryl Hanlon. I've got somebody coming forward that had problems breathing. Very big problems breathing. Somebody that passed either suffocation when they passed or when they were alive, they had severe, it's more than asthma. It's really big problems breathing. So, Cheryl, can you understand a man in spirit with severe breathing? I mean, he's literally sucking the breath out of my chest. So, Cheryl, can you understand a man in spirit that couldn't breathe? I mean, we're talking severe breathing issues. So, Cheryl, a man, I'm not getting much beyond the lungs and the breathing. Get the feeling. Okay, let me see what else I can get. Silence. Somebody that didn't speak a lot. Very, very silent. Literally did not speak. I don't think we're talking about somebody that's deaf and dumb. Just somebody that would not speak. Okay, I'm going to open this up. I'm sorry, Cheryl. I'm going to have to move on and open this up. Sorry, Kathleen, let me just clarify. Kathleen, are you speaking to Cheryl? So, Kathleen, are you giving this message to Cheryl? So, Kathleen, are you saying this? Right, okay. So, Cheryl, do you understand who we're talking about now? Sorry, we're having a three-way conversation here. Cheryl, do you understand who this is? Right, so this is definitely for Cheryl. Cheryl, can you give me an acknowledgement? Do you know between you all, you now know who we're talking about? Right. Okay, thank you. We got there in the end. Thank you to everybody else for helping. Right. Okay. Like I say, that I just feel as though total breath being taken out of my lungs. Right. Okay. So Cheryl, let's see what your father-in-law has to say to you. I think the silence is. I don't think the silence was him. I think the silence is you. Is there an issue going on that you are staying extremely silent about? Something you should be talking about to your family, but you're not telling your family about it. So, Cheryl, does that make sense for you? Not trying to break any secrets here. Just give me a clear yes or no. You understand? Do you understand what I'm talking about or not talking about? It's something that is something you've got thoughts about, something that you're worried about. It's definitely something right. Thank you. Right, Cheryl, it's just a very direct message from your father-in-law. You need to talk to somebody about this. Just, he's not, whatever it is, it's very personal. He's not giving me any details. And obviously, I'm not going to, even if he did, I'm not going to broadcast this over the internet like this. But you need to talk to, I mean, you're surrounded by family here. You've got multiple family members. I think that was actually part of the message. I think that was why your father-in-law was prompting everybody else to step in. It wasn't just excitement at Jason's father coming forward. You need to talk to your family about this and get it out of the open and deal with it. So can I leave that with you? Can I leave that with you, Cheryl? Okay, thank you. So coming to Tracy Marine Hughes. Tracy. Tracy, I've got a woman coming forward. I've got a woman coming forward who's quite elderly. I think she's in her 80s. A woman in spirit who passed in her, I'm going to say early to mid 80s. I think it might be your mother. Not 100% convinced about that. So Tracy, are you still with us? Tracy?
Yeah, she is.
Okay, thank you, Tracy. So Tracy, can you recognize a woman? So Tracy, can you recognize a woman in her early 80s coming forward from spirit? If she's not your mother, she's certainly feeling motherly. Possible heart issues when she was alive. Angina, heart attack. Don't think she died of a heart attack, but certainly heart issues. So, Tracy, does this make sense? A woman, early 80s, possible heart issues. So, Tracy, can you recognize a woman, early 80s, possible heart issues? If it's not your mother, she certainly feels very, certainly personality-wise, is very motherly. So, Tracy? Would she be elderly? I mean, would she? So, Tracy, you're saying yes to your mother in spirit, not in 80s though. Would she be close to 80s or past 80s? I don't know. Or did something happen? Did she have a heart attack in her early 80s? There's something. I may have got the age wrong, but I just feel there's something early 80s. Okay, yeah. As I said, I was saying motherly. So she's nodding at that. You've got the right woman. Why is she coming forward? Let me see. Let me see if she says why she's coming forward. Again, it's breathing. Same, this is not her, this is you. So Tracy, are you having breathing issues just now? So Tracy, are you, this is you or somebody very close to you, having breathing problems? And I don't just mean asthma, I mean very, very difficult. So Tracy, can you take yourself or somebody very close to you having extreme breathing problems? Right. Okay, so it's yourself then. I'm going to go with. That's just Ying. Sorry to interrupt. That's just Ying pointing out. If anybody wants a private reading more than the short messages we're doing, then message us after the service. So this is about your breathing, Tracy. Sorry for that interruption there. Have you stopped taking medicine? Have you literally, are you doing something that's making it worse? Excuse me for 1 second. We've got somebody else doing the same. So let me just block them. And delete the comments. I'm sorry, Tracy, but I will not tolerate somebody trying to do this. This is a spiritual service. Right. So the woman, that woman has just been, that was asking for your, to give you the tarot readings. She's been blocked and she's been deleted. Apologies, Tracy. Let me get back to you. Give me a few seconds. Right. So you can't take the breathing issues, Tracy. Is there somebody around? Can you identify somebody around you with breathing issues? So Tracy, it's definitely breathing. Let's say I've got the my chest air is just being pulled, sucked out of me. So does this makes maybe symbolic? Like some, okay, let's work with this symbolically then. Ah, right, okay. So you understand what some of the person we're talking about. Tracy, just to be absolutely clear, don't give me yes or no's. Give me yes, me, I can understand, or yes, it's somebody around me. I'm going to interpret this as yes, it's somebody around you. So Tracy, I'm just interpreting that yes as it's somebody around you that you can identify. The person that's not breathing, they're not taking their medication. So you need to speak to this person. Speak to this person. Oh, it's you. Okay, yes, I. Okay, so it's you. So Tracy, are you not taking your proper medication? Now, Tracy, give me more than a yes. Are you doing? Are you either doing something to make the breathing worse, like a heavy smoker that keeps on smoking when you know you shouldn't, or you're not taking the medication? So, do you understand what I'm talking about? Is it we've got it that it's yourself. Do you understand about you doing something to make it worse, or you're not taking the medication? Well, you know what the message is. You understand what it is. It's you have to stop doing whatever it is that you're doing that's making it worse and start looking after yourself. So let's not get too specific. Just start looking after yourself. Because if you feel the way that I was feeling there, then you've got my commiserations. And I don't mean that the way it sounds. I just mean the way that you're feeling. So I'm going to leave you with that, Tracy. Just look after yourself properly. Okay, so that's Ying just putting up. I'm coming now to Fiona Murph. Fiona, coming to Fiona. Fiona, I've got a man coming forward. Somebody that I suddenly just got the hiccups. Somebody, Fiona, can you take somebody that had the hiccups? Literally hiccups. Somebody that had the hiccups when they were alive on a regular basis. Does that make sense to you? A man. So Fiona, hello. Can you understand a man in spirit that suffered from the hiccups? I mean, severe hiccups. Does that make sense? Fiona, can you take a man suffering like that? So Fiona, can you take a man in spirit? Okay, so you can't take the hiccups then. Okay, so let's see what else we can get. Give me a few seconds to see what else I can get. He's in his 60s. I want to move my eyebrows around. So significant, either somebody that went like this or that had big eyebrows. Very predominant attention being drawn towards my eyebrows. So Fiona, a man in his 60s, maybe put his hand up to his forehead like this as well. Eyebrows, hand up to forehead. Does this make sense for somebody that you could identify? So Fiona, can you understand somebody, a man in his 60s? Now you've given me two no's. What are you saying no to? So Fiona, Murph, can you identify a man in his 60s? Attention being drawn, right. Okay, sorry, Fiona. I'm going to have to open this up then. Right, so, sorry, Fiona. Can anyone take, this is an open message. So can anyone take a man in his, you can see the way I'm putting my hand up to my forehead. A man in his 60s, in spirit clearly. My attention is being drawn to the eyebrows. So something about the eyebrows, he either had big eyebrows, uncut eyebrows, or he moved his eyebrows around like this. And he used to put his hand up to the forehead. I want to put my hand, now that may be symbolic for something about the head, or it may be that he put his hand up like this when he was thinking. So can anybody identify this man in spirit? I'm putting my hand on my head like this. So, okay, Angela. So I've got Angela. Can anybody else identify this man? Right, so no, Aileen, it's definitely the eyebrows. We've moved on from the hiccups. It's definitely, absolutely, definitely the eyebrows, the head. So Angela, I'm going to work with yourself. So Angela, can you take a pain in the left eye? I know it looks like right eye, but it's my left eye. Angela, can you take an irritation or something going on with your left eye? My left eye suddenly just got very, very very itchy. So, Angela, Kaz, I'm working with Angela. Angela, can you take someone? Can you yourself take? left eye, itchy. So, Angela, can you understand something about your left eye being itchy? Right. So we know we're with. Okay. I think that was just confirmation for yourself to know, just confirmation that we were with you. Are you still having issues with the eye? So, Angela, just give me a quick. You are right. Okay. You. He wants you to. Now, I don't diagnose. I'm not medically qualified to diagnose, but the spirit wants you to do something about the eye. Is it? I mean, obviously, in lockdown, we're not getting into hospital for follow up. Sorry, Angela, but I can't take this back. I know you're saying no to that, but if it's maybe not still irritating you, is there something that you're meant to have done, something you've forgotten? I'm just going to leave you with this, Angela. As I said, he's totally focused on it. It's the only bit of information that he's giving me. So basically, just whatever it is, take care of it. As I say, it's just I can't get him. I'm asking him to take it back. I can't actually get him to take it back. It's just a total one issue message about your eye. I don't know what it is he's saying about the eye. I don't know if it's something you're doing that you've got to stop doing or something that you've got to start doing. But okay, right. He's taking it back now that you've got the message. So thank you. I really do hate when they do that to me. Okay, so I am now coming to Lisa Pritchard. Lisa Pritchard. Lisa, coming to yourself. So, Lisa, I've got two spirits coming forward, a couple, a husband and wife, I think. So, a husband and wife in spirit. Very loving couple. I mean, for themselves. Actually, yeah, a couple that very introverted. They lived for each other. Anybody that knew them knew that that's. I'm not saying they didn't care for people. I'm not saying they were nasty to other people, but just totally like that together, totally introverted. Can you understand, Kathleen? Can you understand who this couple is? Finding it very difficult, actually finding it very difficult to get more evidence from them. So, Lisa, can you understand who this couple is? As I said, totally introverted, totally together. I'm not saying they didn't have thoughts for other people. Don't misinterpret what I'm saying. Just that when they were alive, when you knew them, everything in their lives was based around themselves. Can you understand who this couple? Okay. Let me see what else we can get. So Lisa, right? Let me see what else I can get from them. Get the feeling they passed quite closely together. It's not just a case that they lived together, they passed together. So, Lisa, maybe think further away. Don't think close. I mean, don't think like parents, best friends. Just think out of the box. A couple, totally together, very introverted. Definitely for yourself. So I'm going to take it that you recognize who this is then. Okay. So let me see why they're coming forward. It's the first couple that you gave me. I'm getting a nod at Nan. So Lisa, it's the first couple. It's like I said, it's definitely a couple. It's the two of them that are coming forward. They want you to Lisa, can you understand writing a letter, not an email, a physical letter, putting it in an envelope and deciding not to post it? It may have been simple, it may have been a thought about doing it, or you may have actually done it. So, Lisa, can you understand, as I say, physically on pen and paper, writing a letter and, okay, it's a very direct message, send the letter. They're not telling me what it's about. I don't know if it's for you. I don't know if it's for the person that you were writing to. But you've to send the letter. You've not to hesitate. So, Lisa, I'm going to leave you with that. So, coming to Kathleen Hanlon. Kathleen Hanlon. Kathleen. Okay. So, Kathleen, I've got somebody coming forward that's quite young. Kathleen, somebody in there, now remember, this is relative to me. So I'm thinking they're young. I'm in my mid-50s. So early to mid-30s. If they're much older than that, then they looked a lot younger. So maybe not exact age, but they look as though they're in their mid-30s. Somebody in their mid-30s. Like I say, if they're much older than that, they look as though they were younger. Male, quite sporty. I get the feeling they were very fit. They would get out and about and run, and that was the irony, because they were healthy living, but they died unhealthily. So, Kathleen, does this person make sense? Can you take somebody? Also, suddenly gulping. I think when they passed, if not breathing, certainly throat issues, maybe choking actually. Suddenly want to choke. So, Kathleen, I'm thinking you can recognize this person. Okay. Um, something about Kathleen, something about cricket. No, I don't think it's something about playing cricket. It's you know how cricket's a very middle class English. Sorry, Scott's up here. Rules, regulations, clean cuts, uniform. Is there something going on in your life just now that you could describe as a middle class adventure? I'm sorry, but I know that seems like a very strange expression, but that's what I got put into my head. Something you're doing or involved in that's like a middle class adventure, like cricket. Does any of that make sense to you, Kathleen? So, Kathleen, give me some feedback. You might need to think a wee bit to make that make sense, but does that make sense? Are you involved in something that this person describes as a middle class adventure? Very, very specific, the way he's describing it. Like I'm getting the images of cricket. Right, okay. Okay. I want to laugh at that description as well. Let's see what he's got to say about it. Just basically play by the rules. I don't know, as I say, he's not giving me any context. He's not explaining. I get the feeling this is something personal to you, but basically you have to follow the rules, play by the rules. So I'm going to leave that with you, Kathleen. I hope you can make sense of that, because I certainly can't. So, coming to Jason. Jason, I've got your father coming forward. We've had him before, so I don't need to give any evidence. I know this is your father. So Jason, it's just a very direct message. That's our like triangle that we had earlier. You know the message I'm talking about. Just, I get the feeling that of all the family that are here, I get the feeling you're the one that's going to be less receptive to what's going to be said. So it's just to make you aware and be supportive. Very, very direct message for you. Just step back, don't react, and be supportive. I know that's a wee bit out of context and we're crossing messages here, but I know we've got members of the same family here, so just take that on board. Leave that with you, Jason. So coming to Carol Logston. Carol Logston. Carol, are you still with us, Carol? So Carol Logston, I've got a woman coming forward. I'll take that as the joke it's meant, Jason. Carol Logston. Carol, are you still with us? I see your numbers are going down. So Carol, are you still with us? Carol? Our numbers are going way down. So Carol, I just want to check that you're still with us. Carol Logston, are you still with us? Carol, if I don't get an affirmation that you're still with us, I'm going to move on. So Carol Logston, are you still with us? Sarah, yes, this gets done every Sunday at 8:30. It used to be 8 o'clock, 8:30 UK time. So, Carol Logston, are you still with us? This is your last chance, Carol. If you don't get an affirmation, I'm going to assume that you're not with us. So, that's our last message. If you haven't had a message, apologies. We will, my wife and I, you've seen Ying giving messages. We will be back 8:30 UK time next week. If you're doing this on an internationally, remember to adjust your clock. I'm going to close just with a few statements. I've got my website up, https, remember the S because it's a secure site, / www. My name, Marc Stuart, spelt with a C for the Mark and UA for the Stuart and the Medium and the .com. You can find me on Facebook quite easily, just the Scottish Medium and as Marc Stuart Medium. If you want a private reading, feel free to contact me. I do charge for them, but I don't go chasing for them. So if you get any messages from any scam artists, block them. Seriously. If you get any messages that says book me for a reading, block them because it's not come from me and it's not been authorized by me. I do give private readings. I'll be more than happy to book anybody for a private reading, but I book in advance. If you go to the website, you can find all about the things I do. I run circles, I do training, and I do readings. So if everybody would please, with all that sales pitch out the way, this is meant to be purely spiritual. Haha. Let's do, seriously, joking apart, let's do a closing prayer. So again, I will put up a video for anyone that doesn't want to join me. So please, if you could join me, hands in prayer. We're going to do a closing prayer. And here's a video for you. Dear Father, Mother, Spirit, thank you very much for the messages that we were able to bring forward. Thank you for working with me tonight. Thank you for identifying the scam artists. I will put messages up about this in my next post, I promise. And that's not meant to be in a prayer. Thank you. Please take the energy that we have generated here tonight. Please wrap it up. Please send it out into the world. Find some corner of the world that you can do some good in. I know there's so much going wrong out there. I know there's so many people that need help, but please, I would rather, and I'm asking you to find one person that you can help with that energy as opposed to spreading it around too far. Thank you. Amen. So thank you everybody for joining us. Okay, we've got another one. I'm very sorry about this. Let me just block. And delete. I'm beginning to wonder if we've got the same person that just keeps coming back. It is actually quite distracting having to do this. So please, everybody, accept my apologies for creating a venue where these idiots have been able to come forward. Yeah, Fiona, that's what I'm saying. Please protect yourself. If you get a message, it's not coming from me. I mean, I'm not talking spiritual message. You know what I'm talking about. We've had 4 people that have blocked tonight. So Denise will be back next week, same time, 8:30 every Sunday. But please, everybody, I'm saying this again. if you're getting people sending you messages, I mean, obviously they can go down the comments. They just need to click on your name to go to your profile to send you a message. There's so many scam artists out there. I don't need to go chasing you to get private readings. I'm being blunt about this. I've got enough people coming to me for private readings. I don't need to do that. So if somebody does that, block them. As Aileen just said, anybody doing that, block them. I'll put a message up on my own page just to warn people about this. I'm glad that they're not hacking me. And thank you for the warning. So thank you, everybody. Have a nice week. Young and I are a little bit tired because that's 2 services we've done in a row. So thank you. Let me just play a closing video to give you some music to play out with. Now, the circle that it's talking about here isn't being held tonight. So please don't go to you can go to the website, but I'm not holding an open circle tonight. Thank you. I will. So here's the video, and I'm closing down after the video, but please do listen to the music. I enjoy it. I use it as my theme music. Kathleen, just to let you know, it was filmed by myself at a Scottish fair just outside of Niagara Falls, United States, March this year. Yes, I was in the United States working spiritually when coronavirus hit. It was even more frightening. I was in China in January. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. I play it every week. Good night.